Hey everyone, welcome back. This is our first episode. Thank you so much for checking it out. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that could have endless perspectives. Scientifically proven that we're living in, a simulation of some kind or to a certain degree. And then you have movies like The Matrix where you have those kind of really, it's not gruesome because it's not, bloody, but it's kind of like awful ways of depicting us being plugged to these machines and really we're just sleeping and, they're like draining the life force out of us. And that truly is what's going on. But I think I struggled also with the need to wrap my head around, like, is that the case? Is this body mine? Like, am I actually somewhere else, just plugged into some sort of weird energy draining alien vampire machine? The reasons that we are living in this matrix or how to better identify it. See it. Somebody else that I was recently inspired by was Joe Martinez from Collective Evolution. He has a really cool, a conscious media network as well, and he was sharing a video about many of us not even being aware that we're in this prison, and because it doesn't necessarily look like a prison to us, and the door's open and we're all free, technically, but because we don't know we're in this prison, the way it's just structured or set up is to keep us confined, not resist basically, because we're all just accepting it as, this is what life is. Like, boom, you just, you go on this conveyor belt through elementary school onwards and you're basically just turned into a giant tool that facilitates, I'm from Canada, but you know what I mean, like consumerism, capitalism, and I always intuitively felt like there was something seriously wrong with this. It's not about, well, I guess firstly, disclaimer. A, to provide for your family. Also that sometimes there's life circumstances. So it's not at all to take away from that, because when it comes to being able to, have food on the table, obviously do what you gotta do. Secondly, I'm a true believer in hard work, hustling your ass off to pursue your dreams, doing those things, but not necessarily to facilitate coin being put into the 1%'s pocket. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is I always knew that there had to be something more to this, because everybody around me seemed to be perfectly okay with the idea that we're just, typing away at our little cubicles, and the highlight of the year is getting the praise from the boss, like, hey, good job. It's like getting a grown-up report card, and then you get like a maybe like 5% increase if you're lucky in your salary. Meanwhile, inflation's also going up. And, we have these houses that we leave all day, beautiful houses that we work towards, have these mortgages, and we leave them. We leave our kids behind, our pets, to hop in the car that is basically paid for so that we can get to the job that we need to pay for the house that we're not in because we're working. The rooms that you have within this house that you can't even use because you're too busy, putting in overtime to like make your boss happy. Meanwhile, we're so disposable as individuals. They like to put it in a perspective that they're giving us the power to live our life because of these paychecks, but really, most people aren't even comfortable asking for their hard-earned vacation and time off. When we're sick, we go in anyway because it looks bad on us to slow down. When we say no to the overloading tasks that we just cannot take on at any given point, that looks bad too, because how dare you? Why would we say we're at capacity, And then you continue moving up this ladder, and then your standard of living gets higher, and you're also meanwhile spending more because you're drowning out your sorrows and your health is declining, so you spend more later down the line on medical bills and health and trying to fix it after destroying it in order to get more money to fulfill us, when really we're literally killing ourselves, quite literally. So yeah, that's my personal experience, I guess, witnessing this matrix without being able to put it to words. So I recently watched this David Icke episode, and I'll try to find a few examples, check the link below again. So if we start with, for example, virtual reality, right? these VR headsets that, you know, you look left and right and you see like a polar bear coming at you, and then you look here and you're on a roller coaster, and it looks so real. And it's funny to like watch the people because they're like, you know, touching the things and like, they're all startled, and it's almost like endearing. So the way those work, taking information, and the way this information is presented because of that tool is basically overriding the reality, or the true reality, I should say, the raw reality, let's call it that, raw reality, hashtag raw reality, the actual one that is meant to be, and it's overriding it. So in terms of entertainment, like, wonderful. However, it gets tricky when these technologies clearly exist, and they have been for a long time. Like, you want to tell me that this just came out in the last like 5 years? No. So if that exists, by overriding it, the way our brain decodes that code, that information, decodes it to a way that is like processed by our brain, and then recodes it so that we are sensing it or experiencing it. So if it's doable in a game, why would it not be doable in real life? Especially when we're all aware of the fact that, you know, there is a certain level of control. This is just how it is. Secondly, it was just last night I saw a really interesting article. Again, I'll link it below for you to check out. Let me know what you think. It was talking about these, it was the first time I heard of this term, deepfakes. And essentially like a holographic way of animating a photo or video of somebody, say myself, to be doing or saying or posing or whatever in a way that is not actually, like, that's not what happened. It's all just simulated. It's cool in theory again, but then when we start to think, what can we trust anymore? Because we're taught certain things, like, if I were to ask you, you know, what is the sun? You'd be like, I don't know, it's a giant fucking ball of fire. You're like, okay, what else? Like, how far away is it? Oh, well, it's like, I don't know, 900,000 light years. I don't know what the actual answer is. Don't quote me on that. And you're like, well, how do you know that? And they're like, well, it's just common knowledge. Is it knowledge? Or is it a belief? Because we assume it's common knowledge because we're taking it for face value when it's taught to us by these generations and cycles happening over and over again, where we learn it in school. Okay, so unless you've physically gone and measured the distance to the sun yourself, I'd have to argue that it's not necessarily knowledge, it's a belief, because you're believing them. You believe that that is the truth. That can be applied to any aspect of our life, big or small. The things that are told to us on mainstream media, we're all seeing it happen right in front of our eyes right now. So when we start to look at this deepfake technology, and technology is obviously advancing at a more rapid rate than ever, how do we know if, for example, take the actually, I'm all sick and tired of the Democrats versus Republicans. I don't even want to take it there, but that's just the answer that came to mind, so let's stick with it. If one person said this, and then they denied it, and then the other person said this and was accused of this, how do we even know what happened anymore? Sure, there's video footage of it. Does that mean it's real? I don't know anymore. Another good example, is the Truman Show with Jim Carrey. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, in the Truman Show, this guy is basically born into like a soap opera, kind of like a drama, like a Hallmark drama. He's born into this, and everyone is watching 24/7, but he doesn't know he was born into a soap opera. So he's living his life, and things are happening to him that are completely set up. People are acting, there's props, there's, you know, the whole production, and it goes literally start to finish. But the irony of it is, like, he just is reacting to it as if it's his life, because he he was born into it, and we are born into this world, in this reality that our parents are already ingrained in. And it just goes backwards, right? So how would we know any better? Like, what can we compare it to? Nothing really. And I know these are a lot of kind of existential questions. In an ideal world, sure, it'd be awesome to get to the conclusion, but I'm not necessarily here to find the answer. It's more just to be able to open your way of thinking or expand that. Because I think from there we can all truly choose what our own personal truth is and what aligns with us. Because as we see in the reality that we're living in, these virtual realities, versus our raw reality versus, deepfakes and everything. Perception creates reality. So when we're born into something, the way we're perceiving it was maybe artificially simulated or altered, perhaps. But that's all we know in every aspect. So then I can just imagine those motherfucking aliens or whatever, whoever it is, this intelligence system that has created this and is benefiting from it, I'm sure, must be laughing their fucking ass off, because once we are born into it and are taught the way of viewing the world that's altered or artificially, simulated, whatever you want to call it, then we start to perceive our reality in accordance to the circumstances that have happened to us and the hurts we've all encountered and the experiences we've had, right? Everybody has a different perspective, more or less. You can agree on things, but even their way of reaching those same conclusions would be different probably for most, right? So what's really interesting to think about is it's kind of taking like almost an organic, it's simulated and is still, because they have to keep it up, but then it also takes an organically grown aspect, which I don't know if they intended for it or if that's just, it's either genius or an awful lucky coincidence, because then we start acting out our own realities based on the programming we've received. So now we're taking it a whole step further, and like some of the stuff might be, altered, some of it might be organic, and then we have been traumatized by those things, and it's shaped our view of the world and our way of fitting in the world and the way we think we should act in the world and what we should do. But then we carry it out again, so we just give it back, right? And then maybe I'll hurt somebody else because of one of my traumas that I've buried under the bridge. And it's like a ripple effect within the simulation. There's like a simulation within the simulation. I don't know. That's, the foundation for this matrix. I hope to God not, and I don't truly believe that we're, like in the movie, plugged into these things, but I do truly believe that our life force is being sucked out of us, and, this scarcity trap that we're led to believe, where it's a dog-eat-dog world, and like, you gotta put others down to get on top, and it's all competitive, and there's a winner and a loser. Like, when we actually work together and unite and collaborate, like that's when the most epic creative shit happens. Not when we're, under pressure and undue influence and like whiplash. It's quite sad to think about, honestly. But there is so much hope, and that's another reason why I'm here. Whether I've been woke for, God, as long as you've been alive, parts of the community, or you're newly awakened, or maybe you're still asleep but you're just open-minded and willing to explore, potentials. This new age of Aquarius that we've just entered into, this golden era, it's been mathematically proven. We are operating in this, it looks like a spiral shell, and or the pineal gland. And it's just this new cusp of this new age, and it only happens every couple thousands of years, so we have so much to look forward to. We are lucky enough to be living here at a time of such a big transition from the dark and material ages to the energy age and the age of light, the golden age. What better way to ring it in than to start opening our mind? And I could be wrong about all of these points, but it's not necessarily that you need to be right or wrong. It just needs to be expanding, you know, the beliefs that are so ingrained in our being and in our way of feeling. And for me, it's still a task that I have to keep myself aware of. All you know is the way you've been taught to think, act, feel. Then even though when you're doing stuff that is authentic to yourself, that is in alignment with the way you want to be and do and just navigate this world, then there's still a certain level of guilt that we all face, which is due to those rigid structures that have been programmed and conditioned and ingrained and enforced both negatively and positively. Because what we're seeing right now, for example, parts of the community or population that have adapted fear as a virtue. And I'm not saying go out and be reckless. Fear is a very valid thing, right? And it's not necessarily about not giving a crap about those around you, because that's very much, you know, that's essential to being able to live happily, healthy, safely. But we can still be very conscious of those around us and find ways to bridge, you know, the competitiveness, the duality that we're facing into unison and into win-win solutions. If everyone has to fork up a bit for compromise, so what? If everybody benefits in the end, like, then it's just level, you know what I mean? And it's not a communist, like, ideology. It's not that by any means. It's more just being diplomatic and then also being, you know, considerate of the greatest good, the utopia that we all, you know, wish for, but are also told that it's unrealistic. Is it though? I don't think so. I don't think it has to be. So I'd be curious. I would love to actually hear some personal perspectives. What are your thoughts? Do you think I'm batshit crazy? That's cool too. You know, like, just tell me about it, really. But I also want to thank you guys for your time. And thank you for, again, checking back. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all in the next episode. And eventually slowly building away from viewing this matrix, viewing this, you know, distortion or illusion or conspiracy, as they call it, to focusing and shifting towards this new earth that is going to come and is already here with this new age of Aquarius, this new time where we can truly be in a state of love and, you know, caring and freaking awesomeness. Like, I want to build the life of your wildest dream with you, obviously. I just want you guys to be able to understand, like, who you are at the core is not what you think. And I don't know what it is that you are at the core, but hopefully as we progress through these episodes, we can unmask some of that and kind of see what actually fits you and how to deprogram yourself to reinstall this true identity, this raw identity that accompanies the raw reality that should be and will be. And yeah. Anyway, much love to you guys all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.